popular theoretical physicist Albert Einstein once said, "A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new." The quote highlights the importance of taking risks as a pathway for future success. For Mohammed Abdullah, however, one risk, one attempt at trying an unfamiliar sport changed his life forever. A single jump landed him in a wheelchair, dependent on a urinary catheter, a flexible tube inserted into the bladder to drain urine, a reality he's lived with for nearly a decade.
Because of this, me need friend bia, I'm inside, and emotional side and son I did.
Abdullah, the first of two siblings, was born at a palm junction in the central region, about 68 kilometers from Cape Coast. As a child, he idolized Michael Essien, watching the former Chelsea and Black Stars midfielder religiously. His passion for football continued after gaining admission to Swedru Senior High School, where he also developed an interest in sprinting. Known among his peers as a banger, he impressed many with his skill on the ball and speed on the track. But everything changed on November 21st, 2015. On his way to the school field to prepare for an inter-house competition, Abanga noticed a group of students behind the House 3 block attempting some high jump moves using mattresses as a landing cushion. Unaware that the housemaster had warned students the day before not to engage in such activity, Abanga, who had never tried the sport, decided to give it a go. That single leap marked his last as an able-bodied man, bringing his formal education to an abrupt end.
So he went head first, like he dove straight into the thing and landed on his neck with his leg facing up. And like the boys were laughing because it was a funny freestyle. And he made it over the bar. So they all thought like he was joking. So whilst he was in the, like his head planted in the ground, another guy jumped, collided with him for him to fall. And he was lying, as I said, like he was still lying there for some time. And he was like, "I can't feel my legs. I can't move." As I said, he thought he was just faking it.
Abdullah was rushed to a hospital in Swedru and later transferred to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital with the help of an old student. He spent nearly 3 months bedridden, battling a spinal cord injury. Swedru Senior High School provided as much support as they could.
Truly speaking, all the costs involving his admission and a medical bill or whatever was borne by the school. At that time, teachers were receiving, we used to have extra classes by then. And it coincided with that time, the incident. So every teacher committed something, not below 50 Ghana, I remember very well. Apart from that, the student body also did some contribution.
Abdullah was scheduled for surgery in February 2016, but his hopes were dashed when nurses and midwives began an indefinite strike over unpaid salaries, forcing him to return home. Abandoned by his father after the incident, the 29-year-old has since been cared for by his mother, Ivy Owusu-Ansah. Once a hairdresser, Ivy sold most of her belongings to care for her son and has faced years of financial struggle.
Especially catheter na de ahye no 3 weeks bia mesesa na muka 1.5 every 3 weeks I had 10 years. I told me who you mean na me salum na si wono aton say me yet me pia me beg edu me bia me ko beg you ashore.
In a bid to rebuild his life, Abanga enrolled in a graphic design course at IPMC, hoping to develop a skill that could earn him an income. But without a personal laptop, securing freelance work has been an uphill task. Still, he refuses to let circumstances define him. His optimism endures, and so does his dream of one day taking his own steps again.
I did be able to dream say, even say, my nan to be my, or say me a baby. And I said, me bibi your cross still I was me try say man to be. Me give you up say man to be. Me pass with the right medications and physiotherapy me to man to be.
Life has not given Abdullah the path he expected, but he continues to write his own story, one of resilience, faith, and the will to rise above tragedy. Just as Einstein suggested, mistakes and risks are part of growth. For Abanga, his sleep may have taken away his legs, but it could never take away his spirit.